If I'm being honest, I have nowhere to begin. I just know I do want to talk about Texas.
In my almost 20 years in service, this is the first time ever that I see anything like this in Fort Worth. We have at least 5 fatalities.
And I don't think I'm gonna make it no more. So who got heat at their house, bro? I'm coming over. I'm gonna pay you.
Is suffering a winter storm, something that has not been seen in a while. And when I say a while, I mean a very, very long time. And even if they have seen snow, it's not to this extent, or it's not nothing this crazy. People are losing light, people are losing water.
Off in many places, and no food at the stores. Everything is empty.
No light and no water, and the hubby came up with this so that we could eat, because we drove around for almost an hour and nothing is open.
Stores are being closed left and right. People are just not having food supplies or any supplies at all. I mean, you know how people get. Can you blame them? They don't know what to do. They don't know what's going on or how to even fix these problems that they're not prepared for. People are going to be paranoid. People are going to be crazy. People are going to try to do what they think is best to them. Because most of these people, it's just going to a store, taking mostly everything you could eat. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. Where do we start, right? The huge issue, as you can tell, is a snowstorm. And to say that Texas is not prepared for that is an understatement. I mean,
shit. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god.
Can I go up there and pop it back up? I don't want to.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, well.
What the fuck?
They over there asleep. And we're down to the last piece of wood. We need some help. Where you at in Dallas, Texas?
I've showed you a couple examples already of like what's going on over there, and you can tell they're not prepared for that. One of the big issues here is that they knew about this snowstorm, and they were informed about it. ERCOT and officials, political officials, knew that this was a thing and it was going to happen. And I'm pretty sure, obviously, they knew it was going to be a threat. I don't know if they knew it was going to be this bad, but at the same time, wouldn't you at least try to prepare? Or prepare people for this?
Talk about what Texas is going through right now and some of the fallout that we're seeing. So as of this morning, there were over 3 million Texans without power. In fact, on Tuesday, the number of customers facing power outages climbed to more than 4 million at one point. So let's talk about what's happening, because there are all these different competing narratives, right? So around 90% of the state's electrical load, right, 26 million customers, is managed by the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, otherwise known as ERCOT. And as record-setting freezing temperatures hit Texas, electrical demand in the state surged. Much of the blame for the power outages in Texas has fallen on ERC session, saying the Electric Reliability Council of Texas has been anything but reliable over the past 48 hours, and adding far too many Texans are without power and heat for their homes as our state faces freezing temperatures and severe winter weather. This is unacceptable.
Real plan in motion to try to figure it out and, not prevent this from happening, because maybe you couldn't really fully prevent this, but at least be a little bit more prepared so something this major did not happen, right? So they came up with a plan or solution, which was to give people access to power in certain sections, but like give these people a little bit, take it from them and give it to somebody else.
The idea was to have cycles where some households had power and others didn't, and then they could switch off so that everyone across the state could keep their homes at least relatively warm in temperatures that are ranging from 0 to 20 degrees. In homes that aren't built for this, they're not insulated. But what's actually happened is, if you look at a map of the areas with the most outages that ERCOT hasn't prioritized, the poorest people are going 40 hours now without power, without heat.
Side of this, you had ERCOT instructing companies to begin implementing rolling blackouts in the hopes of preventing a total blackout. So intentionally cutting power to some to keep demand from getting too high. However, and this is a big thing here, those kinds of outages are only supposed to last anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, not hours upon end, overnight, or even days. And as far as why that's happening, in Dallas you have officials for one utility company saying they tried to trade power among neighborhoods but were unsuccessful because of the grid's weakening stability. And so
obviously it didn't work, and they really didn't do it either. Because a lot of people suffered and had no power for hours on hours on hours. Never even got seen by ERCOT or whoever was dealing with that, or whoever came up with that beautiful idea. So people are trying to keep warm. People are trying to do their best to, have their family warm, have their people be okay. Have people fed, because without power, you also don't... how are you going to be able to cook? Yes, there's ways around stuff sometimes. Like you can buy a gas grill. Everybody's looking for that, I'm pretty sure. And again, it becomes another issue of demand, just like it is happening in the stores. So while it is horrendous what's going on, we always make memes out of everything, right? I'm a dude that makes fun of everything, bro. Like anything, I'll make fun of it, right? How tasteless do we have to be as people? Instead of extending a helping hand, we prefer to just make fun of them, just act like nothing's going on over there, which is fucking garbage. I wouldn't even mind if you want to make fun of it. Can you at least help in some type of way? Your funny memes or whatever you think it's hilarious of what's going on in Texas, which is stupid that you would think this is hilarious. They ain't hitting. They're really not. There's always people that make bangers. There's always people that make funny stuff. I've seen a lot of those things. Like, what are we to do in a situation like this? We should be able to find something humorous or good out of these things. But again, people poking fun of what's going on or just being assholes like, oh my God, it's colder over here. Yeah, it's colder over there. And you guys are prepared for those types of situations. These houses are not. That's why they're breaking. That's why these houses are going through it right now. And these people are in cold temperatures, unprepared, don't even have the right equipment or clothing for this.
I don't know what to do. Everything's flooded. Guys, so this is my house. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be...
Oh my God. Oh my freaking... How do I do... What the fuck?
In front of Texas, this is a natural disaster.
We're prepared. I live in an old house with crappy windows. Our temperature dropped this weekend. And do you know what I do when it gets really cold in my own house? I grab my winter jacket. That's approved for up to -40. We cannot make fun of Texas right now. This is a natural disaster. And even though it probably won't happen, if something like a hurricane or a really bad earthquake came through here, I would have no idea what to do. Because that's not what I've been prepared for in this part of the country. Texas needs us.
There's so much going on. From the interstate where mad people crashed, sadly, some people died. People falling because of the snow, which I guess it's hilarious to some people that people are falling, but people are also actually dying from that as well. People are not prepared for this. They're not ill-equipped for these types of things. It's the guy that laughs at everything. It's not funny, you know what I'm saying? It's something that we as people that live in the same world, in the same place, or just live here, should at least extend a helping hand. If you want to laugh at it, but let's help out. The problem is the elected officials for these places, they're not helping. That Cruz tried to leave but got caught. The governor is blaming the Green New Deal, blaming Democrats. Like, bro, just deal with your fucking problems. What are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez is doing a better job, and she's not from there. Like, what are you doing? mayor, which is a bozo, told his people to sink or swim. Like, what is up with these people? I don't understand. You get elected by your own people. They give you the position that you were asking for. And you do nothing in return for these people. That's not bozo behavior. That's the full clown. And these people, the order that I went through right now, I mean, let's start with the mayor. Let's see, like, what he just said. Let me hurt some feelings why I have a minute. No one owes you and your family, because he doesn't even know how to fucking type, anything. Nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice. Like, how do you have the time for these types of words? Like, what? Like, I don't understand how it's so difficult to just be quiet. If you're not gonna do shit about it, just be the piece of shit that you are and just say nothing. Like, I don't understand. Like, I would keep going about his bozo behavior, but the tweet is just that. It's telling people that it's your fault that you cannot help your family because you're ill-equipped and you're not prepared for this type of stuff. It's your bad that your family is going through it because you suck. That's it. It's your fault. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in his house just chilling. I'm pretty sure he even might have had light. And if he didn't, they found him a place where he could be comfortable. And while in his comfort, he has the audacity to say some shit like this. It's like, what the fuck, dog? Governor goes on a blame tour where he blames everybody but themselves. Basically stating that it's the Green New Deal's fault. I don't even think that's over there. I'm Texas.
Shows how the Green New Deal would be a deadly deal for the United States of America. Our wind and our solar got shut down, and they were collectively more than 10% of our power grid. And that thrust Texas into a situation where it was lacking power in a statewide basis. It just shows that fossil fuel is necessary.
Very importantly, those comments received a lot of pushback. For one, you have experts pointing to Greenland and other northern outposts that are able to keep their wind turbines going throughout the winter because they have mechanisms in place to account for the cold. And on top of that, the shutdowns of thermal power plants, primarily those relying on natural gas, dwarfed the dent caused by frozen wind turbines by a factor of 5 or 6. With places like the Washington Post going on to explain that in single-digit temperatures, pipes froze because of moisture in the gas. Right? So in fact, this seems to be more of a problem caused by Texas just being unprepared for such extreme cold.
He blames the company of power, which, I mean, he's right there, but it's not just them, it's also him. Like, I don't understand. And it's this thing of just shifting blame instead of doing something about it. Like, people don't give a fuck whose fault it is. Just take care of the issue, take care of the situation. This is stupid. If we want to talk about stupid, we need to talk about Ted Cruz trying to leave his people in the middle of a crisis. He was going on vacation while y'all are struggling to have power, to have water. Like, how? How?
Following swift backlash overnight, Senator Ted Cruz saying it was a mistake to leave Texas in the midst of an unprecedented crisis to take his family to Mexico.
In hindsight, I wouldn't have done it.
He would have done it if he didn't get caught.
I was trying to be a dad.
I was trying to be a dad!
Fled to Cancun with his family because there was no light over there and his daughter was going through it. Motherfucker, there's a bunch of families going through it. Do something. So he goes to Cancun. His trip from the day he left, he was going to come back on a Saturday, which was a couple of days. And then he makes it seem like it was just one day. Pictures, videos, everything pops up because he gets caught because he's a dumbass. Like, obviously they're going to catch you. Like, are you stupid? What goes through your freaking head, bro? His bag does not even look ready for one day. That's ready for like a whole week, man. So what are you talking about? You went over there to just make sure that your family made it safe. Bro, your wife is with them. Your wife is with your kid. Like, do you not trust your wife? Like, I understand you don't defend her over anything, but like, do you not trust her either?
Pulling a suitcase through Cancun International Airport heading home, where protesters were gathered outside demanding Cruz resign.
In hindsight, if I'd understood how it would be perceived, the reaction people would have, obviously I wouldn't have done it. It was a mistake.
It was only a mistake because you got caught, dog. Like, if you would have not gotten caught, you would have been right now vacationing over there in Cancun, all right? So let's call it what it is. You're just a bozo. You got caught because I have no clue how you thought you wouldn't.
Like this being used as a distraction from the real issues.
But it wouldn't be a distraction if you'd stayed here and said these same things.
Right.
So as people try their best to stay warm and either not die from this coldness or just not be cold, people are getting poisoned because they are trying to stay warm. And they're turning on their cars, they're leaving the cars on, and it is also becoming an issue to the point that they're getting poisoned. People are trying. The people are doing what they can at best. They can only do so much, right? I'm glad Texas is getting help, even though it's not from the people that should be helping them, the main focus of people that should be helping them, like Ted Cruz, the mayor of Colorado, the governor, and all those people, you know, that are either trying to leave or just blaming others. At least there's some people that are trying to help. AOC, we appreciate that. And we appreciate all these organizations that are trying. If you want to help, if you can do something, because like myself, I can't do enough. I wish I could, but I can't. Let's try our best to give anything, $1, $2, nothing, whatever. Spread the word out there. These people need help. And it's sad that the people that are supposed to help them are not helping them. And again, I'm not here talking about political divide, none of that. I don't care about that. I don't care who if the Republicans are not helping. I don't care who's helping, nothing. This is not the point. All right? It's not the point of this video. Let's just try to help our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? And I am not the most intelligent person in any room, but I'm just trying to at least make y'all aware of what's going on in Texas. I want to mention another thing before we do go. Let's please not forget about our homeless people. There is a lot of them everywhere. And right now, with these issues going on over there in Texas, the people are not prepared. They're not prepared either. So please, let's not forget about them. Please. And another thing too, let's not forget about our animals like Ted Cruz did. They left their fucking dog with this coldness by himself with no power or nothing. So that dog could have died. Let's say if his pipes would have burst or whatever, that dog could have drowned or got electrocuted. I mean, who knows, right? Whatever. Something could have happened to him, right? So I hope that gets you on the right mindset to say, fuck Ted Cruz for being a bozo. Fuck all these people. And let's just do what's right.
Some tips if you do have to boil your water. You want to heat the water until bubbles come up from the bottom of the pot. Once it reaches a rolling boil, let it boil for another 2 minutes. Once the water cools down, it's good to drink and use to cook with. And here are some do's and don'ts. Do not use your ice from the ice makers. That's from the tap. You can bathe and take a shower, just don't swallow the water. Don't brush your teeth with that tap water and use bottled water instead. Use your washer because that's okay. And dishwashers are okay too. Just make sure you turn on the high temperature or heat dry feature.
That Southerners probably don't know. Of course, if you live in the South or you know someone who's in the South affected by these winter storms, please share this video. It could save some lives, seriously. Here's one that's not even in these screenshots. If you're in an area that's affected by snow and the snow is up past the tailpipe of your car, before you use your car next, you need to clear out the tailpipe of any and all snow and ice because that can block all of the exhaust and that exhaust can back up into your car and kill you. If you don't have gloves, you can use socks in a pinch. Leggings also work as a scarf. They also work as a hat. You can wrap them around your head. Do not forget lip balm. Your lips will get chapped and it will suck. On the topic of gloves or makeshift gloves, keep your gloves on before you go outside. Gloves are meant to keep your hands warm, not to warm your hands up. So if you're cold and then you put your gloves on, it's going to take a long time for them to warm up and it's counterintuitive. It's not working. Take some cooking spray, go out to your car right now and spray the rubber gasket between the door and the car body itself. The door won't stick if it freezes. 2,